Coffee Prince, the new acquisition for Happy Feet Emperor. He is known as the Steve of the country. As you can see there, he has used Steve over 100 times. It's no mystery that Steve is his best character. But he has two really solid characters behind them in Brian and Jack 7. Jack 7, really solid characters. Same with Brian, hard hitting. And you see the win percentages there for him.
Very straightforward characters, not a lot of tricks. And Steve, we've seen him get picked numerous times in high competitive play. A lot of players consider him very strong, and it shows in the playstyle of Coffee Prince. He has a win-loss record of 62 out of 89 and a win rate of 62%. Ooh. More than 50% of a win rate there. So this may be a challenging match for Don Argus.
Being 12% above 50 is quite a statement. It shows, it's a testament to how good you are as a player, especially when you're in a franchise, the first franchise-based esports league here, you know, for the nationals. And it again speaks to his ability. He's a really strong player. I consider him, just like Hapon, one of the top players in the Philippines. And this is his first game of the season. And I'm very excited to see his Steve.
New colors, and even though he only uses he usually only uses Steve, he always maximizes on what Steve can actually do. He puts on the pressure. He makes sure to he finds a way to break down the opponent, both mentally and in their own play style as well. Meanwhile, of course, Don Argus also has the aggressive playstyle that can break other people down, especially with that Eliza. Coffee Prince. I think it will boil down on how Coffee Prince will deal with Don Argus's tricks and strategies with this Eliza pick. Or maybe Don Argus actually finally brings out Heihachi. We'll never know.
That's definitely an option for him. But in terms of record, you see it right there. Coffee Prince has the winning record against Don Argus. It's tough. It's tough. If he brings out Steve against Eliza or Brian. But being a Steve specialist, I think Steve would be the better choice.
It says 4-2, so Coffee Prince has the advantage nga. Pero it's still like that's still just half of the wins that Coffee Prince does have, which means Don Argus can actually get the wins, is capable of getting those wins on Coffee Prince. This time, we'll see whether or not he can pull it off once again. He has plenty of time to figure out what he did right back in the day, but the same goes with Coffee Prince. He now knows how it went down the last time that he did lose to Don Argus.
Speaking of back in the day, I'm sure these players went to the tapes and watched their matches in preparation for this day. They knew who they were going to play in day one, and being the pro players that they are, I can be confident in saying, you know, they did their homework, and probably they did a little bit of stalking. They did a lot of research on what they can do against the matchup and the player. Again, you can never really say who's going to win in a Tekken game.
And what I like to see, however, from players, I think what makes players especially great is when they go, is not just that they adapt to what they did wrong back in the day, but when they actually bring something new to the table, like something that makes them shine as a players, that will make us remember them. Basically, now here are the players, both of them finally loosening up quite a bit. Don Argus a little bit serious earlier, but now this time he has that big smile on his face. And Coffee Prince as well this time around.
It's always good to have that comfortable mindset when going to the game. You can never be too tense, you can never be too loose. You need to strike that balance so that your instincts are at the top of their game. And every match is going to be so crucial. Every round, every string of 5 seconds, they have to try and find a win. And hopefully it adds up to taking this set.
The proper balance is definitely key when you're competing. when you're a bit too tense, you tend to forget. People tend to forget things. So making sure that you're in the right proper state of mind. There are different ways to actually achieve that. Like make sure you of course have plenty of rest. Hopefully they did, because this is a pretty exciting time, considering that this is the first day of the Tekken conference here in the nationals. But it seems that some of them are a little bit more confident in how they're going to perform this time around. And Don Argus, he has this opportunity to bounce back from his previous loss.
And that's how players feel when they lose a match. You're like, ah, man, I gotta do better next time. You want to redeem yourself, and I think that's the mindset that Don Argus has going into this match with Coffee Prince. You just have that strong feeling, like, yeah, I want to make up for that loss, and I expect Don Argus. I mean, he was really aggressive in his first match. He might tone it down a little. That's definitely a possibility, but you know, he's the player. He knows his game style, and he knows what works for him. So let's see what Don Argus does to start off the match.
Oh, wait,
what?
Okay.
Is it International Leroy Day, Poro?
I'm not entirely sure what's with this pick from Happy Feet Pepper's Coffee Prince, bringing out the Leroy. We saw that he played Steve Fox like 100 times, more than 100 times, but now he's bringing out this completely new character. But we saw this matchup earlier. Let's see if Coffee Prince can bring something different that would make it actually work.
Starting off with the slide there and paying off right away. We are in Falconram stage. Tell us about the stage and how different it is from the other Toro.
It's definitely one of the larger stages, considering that it does have some gimmicks. Some of the gimmicky stages out there are a little bit small, so that the interactable elements are easily reachable. But the Falconram stage actually starts off pretty big.
And we saw their Coffee Prince taking the first round. He had Don Argus in the corner since the start of the round, and he's been dominating ever since. Big counter hit here. Here comes Coffee Prince.
Good damage, optimizing the damage that Leroy can do. He has those combos that are very staple, even if he's been using different launchers. So it's always just one go-to combo after getting that hit.
Nice finish there, coming from Coffee Prince. He caught Eliza jumping away and was able to get the little low there on the end. But here comes Don Argus now, the second low parry of the day, I believe. Coffee Prince fighting right back.
No, but there's a counter hit from Coffee Prince, making sure that Don Argus has to be a little bit more careful in placing his hits.
Coffee Prince extremely scary when he has his opponent in the corner, and Don Argus again going for that slide. He goes to that a little too much when everything is on the line, and Coffee Prince was just ready.
Yeah, that seems to be the case actually with Don Argus. It was already read by Hapon earlier today, and now Coffee Prince actually caught on to that. So it's definitely a habit that Don Argus is going to want to break when it comes to playing as Eliza, because it's not working out well for him every time that they are able to predict that he's going to be using that move.
It wouldn't be surprising if Hapon just called him up and said, "Hey, Coffee, Argus does this, so you better be ready." And I think that's probably a dynamic here of playing 2 games in a row. Your teammate will have that information on the opponent, and yeah, I believe coaching is allowed, right? Yeah. I'm not sure.
Perhaps between teammates, that's for sure. That's gonna be something that players will have to keep in mind, that they will be playing 2 consecutive matches, which means there will be information out already from their first match that the other player will be able to use against them. So they have to adjust on the fly, just slight adjustments to their gameplay to make sure that the next opponent will not be able to capitalize on that and take them down for the next one.
And Don Argus sticking with Eliza here. against this surprising Leroy pick. So we've seen 3 Leroys from 3 players. Starting off, we're on Infinite Azure.
Hopefully we see, I wonder if we're going to see more Leroy's actually later on, and that is Don Argus just flexing his execution muscles when it comes to this Eliza pick. Those dive kicks are staple and helps maximize the damage that Eliza is able to dispense.
And that's very admirable for players like Don Argus. I mean, those aren't conventional. Oh yeah, that was really sweet there from Coffee Prince, taking momentum back. And wow, gets the counter hit dive kick. Here comes Don Argus. He has Rage. No, he goes for the mix-up here.
Oh, doesn't quite go for anything big from that EX Moonglide, but still manages to land the hit. And Don Argus seems like he has the right idea this time around against Coffee Prince's Leroy.
And that's the adjustment that we were talking about that he had to make. Right? Closing out the rounds, he would be super reckless, but there he chose to be the better man, I guess, and not be too risky to close out the game, and it does pay off.
Don Argus keeping his wits about him, making sure not to miss any of those punishes. Last chance here for Coffee Prince. Interrupts.
He went for the low at that point, but he did have the meter to cancel out. So that's the meter coming into play here. And here comes Coffee Prince. He catches him, but he drops the combo right there. One more hit to do it, and there it is. Don Argus taking 2 straight rounds.
A bit of a miss on that conversion from Coffee Prince. That's one too many hits on that combo, but he still went for the screw. But now Don Argus starting it off. Ooh, now that's a combo drop.
Execution error there, and those are big. When you're playing at this level, you better have your execution down. Great punish there from Argus. He catches him floating. A little too far.
Too far indeed. Now Coffee Prince gets that counter hit. He noticed that Don Argus may be playing a little bit too aggressive. There it is again.
Ooh. Goes into the combo. He could be able to finish it out right here with the proper finish, and he does. So 1 round on the board for Coffee Prince.
Coffee Prince felt that slide coming from a mile away, knew that Don Argus was getting very confident and very comfortable with this Eliza pick, that he may have reverted to that habit that he should be breaking by this time.
Finds the conversion there with the EX. Coffee Prince on the ropes, but there are literally no ropes on this stage. Pretty much even so far. Catches them with the float here. Oh, there it is, Boru.
Yes, Don Argus once again gets hit by that 1-inch punch, and now he is in the red. What's he gonna go for? Oh no, and the down 3-2, of course, from Leroy. Very staple and very annoying if you're not careful about it.
And he catches Don Argus right out of that EX dive kick. A big moment here for the round. It may be detrimental for Don Argus's campaign here to try and take a game. Nice little sidestep there into the combo.
But a very vital drop right there. But here is an opportunity to close things out. Not quite enough.
He survives, and he still goes for the slide, Boru. Wow.
That low worked wonders to seal the deal there for Don Argus. He has made some amazing adjustment against Coffee Prince. He knew that Coffee Prince was trying to go for the reads. We saw Coffee Prince go for that parry multiple times, but Don Argus was careful enough to actually wait for it to come out and then punish right afterwards. Same with that 1-inch punch. We saw him sidestep that, like, I know you're gonna go for it. You're gonna sneak that in there. So I'm going to move out of the way and then be ready for it. And that's exactly what happened there.
Great answer there from Don Argus. And I think another big factor that led to that win for Don Argus is it was an infinite stage, and he was not oppressed at the wall like he was in the previous games against Coffee Prince and Hapon. So I think that was a great pick there for Don Argus to choose Infinite Azure. He didn't have to deal with being constricted in movement, because I think Eliza likes to move freely.
While Eliza does, when he does have the momentum, she likes to be up and right up in the opponent's face. So she does thrive with walls. But when you're up against Coffee Prince, who can be very aggressive and very confident about his own offense, it's always best to have a little bit more freedom so that you can just wiggle out of the way and you have plenty of space to breathe.
That's one of the factors that the stages in this game play, and looks like we're going back to the arena, the wall stage. This might play a factor again into the outcome. Don Argus needs to really be careful and not get pushed up against the wall, because every time he had it to his back, he would lose.
Yeah, that is indeed the case. But of course, this is also an opportunity for Don Argus. As long as he doesn't drop those combos, he will definitely carry to the wall just like that.
Yeah, starting off with a statement there. He was like, I know you're going to go for that hell sweep. But again, Coffee Prince now able to fight out. Tried to whiff punish there.
Yeah, Don Argus looking more comfortable this time around and confident with his offense. And just like that, 22 seconds into the match, just finishes things off.
Strong start here for Argus. I mean, he just needs 2 more rounds to take this match here. Trying to sidestep, but Coffee Prince able to catch on. Gets him with a little float. He have a little combo here.
But the damage is definitely pretty serious, taking away quite a chunk of Coffee Prince's health. But that is not a good DP coming in from Don Argus.
Yeah, he tried to punish that generic low here, but he does get it back. He has a huge life lead, and the mix-up there as Coffee Prince was trying to get up working. He is now on match point.
Good wall bounce, and now Don Argus only needs 1 more round. Coffee Prince, he has some information now after those 2 rounds. Will he be able to make the adjustment he needs?
That was an awkward jumping kick there from Don Argus. He's gonna get punished here for that blocked Dragon Punch. And here comes Coffee Prince trying to push Don Argus towards the wall, where he has found success, but Argus fighting back.
Good use of the resources that he does have. The EXDP getting him some damage once again. Coffee Prince almost enraged, trying to wiggle out of that corner.
Oh! Orbital kick finding its mark, crushing that move there, and Coffee Prince 1 hit away. He goes for the slide. Nicely done.
Nice. He hangs on for yet another round. Now Coffee Prince, he still has 2 rounds to go to take this match. Good execution and conversion there into that mini combo.
Don Argus needs to be a little bit more cautious here, because Coffee Prince might be riding away momentum, but he does he does get the whiff punish to that EX dive kick here. He has the wall. Argus being very patient here, Poru.
Both players trying to make their way out of that situation here. Don Argus still working on that meter. Oh no! And there is the hit, and Don Argus takes the game.
What a moment for Don Argus to punish that forward kick there from Leroy, Poru. That was amazing.